there, this is Taya, and today we're going to talk about the muzzle movement. I have been searching for a decent muzzle for a while right now, and we're gonna see if the muzzle movement will cut it or not. So on their website, they not only have the muzzles, but they also have a different gear type. I have a safety strap, a traffic handle, and this loop that connects the collar to the muzzle as well. But they also have collars on their website and I guess leashes, but I didn't need any of those. So we'll review whatever I have. I have spent roughly 103 pounds on their website, which is roughly 125, 130 US dollars. And we're gonna start with the cheapest things on my list. So I have a traffic handle, and this traffic handle, whatever I'm gonna say about this traffic handle goes for the safety strap as well. The quality of the biothane is actually very nice. I really enjoy the biothane and the width of the biothane, but, and there is a big but, I really extremely hate all the metal pieces that are here. Starting from the fact that this piece where the metal holds it together, they're not sewn through, and these clips, they have a tendency to break really well, so I don't trust that without it being sewn through. And the same thing goes to this carbon. So this carbon is actually a very standard carbon, but for me, it doesn't cut it, simply because, first of all, yes, I know that you cannot judge a book by its cover, or you cannot judge a product like for the dogs based on the sound that it makes, but really? Do you trust it? Because I don't, I honestly don't. And the fact that, I don't know how it's called, but the metal piece that goes in the carbon, it doesn't align well. I'll show a close-up somewhere here so we can see what I'm talking about. It's not aligned and it's not even, and I don't trust that. The same thing goes about the safety strap, so I won't be mentioning any additional details. Also, the edge of the biothane on both the traffic handle and on the safety strap is not decent. It's not nice. It should have been burnt or whatever, but it's not, and it's just a little bit rough, and it has like the small pieces that are hanging around. It's just very uneven cut. The same goes about this traffic handle. Again, everything what goes for the safety strap goes for the traffic handle. The other thing is that those metal clips that are holding everything together, they are not in the middle. Some of them are, not all of them though. And again, you'll see close-ups somewhere here. So, based on the overall feel for these two products, I don't recommend them. I don't really like them. I don't really enjoy them. And that's a shame because I really wanted to love the brand. Again, we haven't talked about the muzzle yet, but I like the biothane quality. I would probably buy something of them with this biothane quality, but just like the safety aspect of that just doesn't cut it for me. We also have this loopy thing that is basically meant to connect the muzzle with the collar from the back. So like you would put on the muzzle and this thing would go through and you would connect it to a collar. So there is nothing wrong about this thing. The same things that were said about the same aspects that were mentioned about the traffic handle and the safety strap, it's also not sewn through. The edges are rough as well here, but other than that, it's not meant to handle some specific large amounts of pressure as a traffic lead would or a traffic handle would. So I'm not mad about that. It's just not very tidy and not very nice. But it'll do the job, so I'm okay with that. And the final thing is the muzzle. So I have to say a lot of good things about the brand actually, and besides the fact that I don't really like this gear, but still, I have a few good things to say about the brand, that's for sure. So I like that they have a lot of the size ranges and a lot of the size options on their website, and they also have like a small quiz that you can go through, and it shows you how to measure all the like parts and pieces of your dog's muzzle to specifically pick and choose the best muzzle for your dog. I did that test, and when I entered all the results that I've got, it said that they don't have the muzzle for my dog's muzzle's size. So that's very unfortunate, and I had to do it manually. So they have like this table that shows all the sizes, and I went there and I have basically approximated the size of the muzzle that will fit my dog. And we ended up with a tally with a star, not just a specific, like just the tally, but tally with a star. And to be honest, I have a lot of good things to say about this muzzle. This muzzle is very, like, it's a confident muzzle, it's a solid muzzle. You are taking it in your hands and you're like, yeah, that's a muzzle. The fact that I really like the color, and the fact that it's very customizable, so the size of the muzzle is customizable, the color of the basket itself is customizable, the color of the biothane that goes with the muzzle is customizable, and the screws, the color of the screws and the gear is also customizable. So it's not like the most simple version of their muzzle, because they also have this additional strap. I also have this additional strap that also goes to the collar, and I have Chicago screws that are an upgrade from their regular clips, and I also have the quick release buckle, I think that's the name. So all of these things, and the fact that it is so customizable, is actually a very good positive aspect. I really enjoyed it, and to be honest, I like how it feels. It feels like luxury. It feels like it's worth the money that I paid for it. And now let's go to the drawbacks of what I have to say. So, although I really enjoy this muzzle, and I would probably, based on whatever we have today on the market, I would probably give it a 7 or a 10 out of a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Because I truly like it, they still have a few places to improve. So let's start from the fact that the Chicago screws, although they were an upgraded option, they're still not the best option in terms of handling friction and handling some, I don't know, tightness, whatever, because sometimes they pop off, and I have had gear not from Muzzle Movement, but from other brands that Chicago screws really did me dirty there, and I really didn't enjoy any gear that I had with Chicago screws, but I decided that the Chicago screws were the nicer update than just a simple clip, so I went with them. They are also not sewn through, which is a shame again, and the thing is that they are very poorly moving, so they have this like niches where they're supposed to move around, and I don't know if that's the width of the biothane or whatever, but it's very hard to move within the basket. Like it probably can get in a very rough shape very fast, simply because of the friction that is there. And it's very like the same about this loop as well. The same about this loop as well. Like they are they are hardly moving inside the niches that there were left for them. This thing is doing absolutely fine. All of these, I don't like them. I don't like how they feel in here. I think they should have made the niches or like the holes where this biothane sits a little bit larger, so then it moves better and it doesn't give this like cheap feeling to, you know, when something's not moving properly, you have like this ick. Yeah, I do have an ick. I really enjoy the quick release buckle. It's very nice. It's made out of, I think it's made out of metal or like a combination of metal and plastic. Again, it has very nice feel to it. It's very easy to open. It's actually, this is a very nice piece. I really enjoy it. Other than that, I don't like that Chicago screws are on this head loop. I don't like that Chicago screws are on this collar loop, because sometimes I would like these to be removed, and I would like to do that with a simple clip or like maybe a simple small hook or whatever, and I'm not feeling like undoing the screws simply to release the loop and to release this loop. The same goes about adjusting. So all these things are can be adjusted because they have additional holes, but again, in order to adjust them, you need to undo the Chicago screws and redo them yourself, which is probably not as hard as I'm making it, but to be honest, it's pretty inconvenient, and I would probably like a simpler option or an option that would be more user-friendly in terms of being in the woods or whatever. Because sometimes when we are going somewhere and there are not many people there, but I just want to be safe, I would make it a little bit looser on my other muzzles, and I don't think this will allow me to do to adjust the looseness in the field. So I'm not mad about that, it's just very unfortunate. Other than that, to be honest, that's a pretty decent muzzle. Again, I really like it, and I wouldn't say that the drawbacks that I mentioned are like even big ones. Also, side note, it might be a drawback for you, or it might be, I don't know, even a plus for you. The basket itself is made from this plastic material, and it can't be compressed. So it's not soft at all, it's like very hard, and it doesn't give you like any adjustments when you put pressure on it. So again, it might be a plus for you, it might be a minus for you. Depends on what's your specific reason for using a muzzle. If your dog is like a very heavy sniffer and your dog really likes to go and like to bump into things with this muzzle, it might not be the best option. Other than that, great muzzle. Also, it has a window for treats. Since I'll be using this in a reactivity work, I really like this thing. But if you have a very tricky dog that picks up stuff, this might be a drawback for you. So please pay attention to whatever size you're picking, because I believe some sizes, not all of the sizes have these things. So yeah, just pay attention to whatever you're picking. But as a final word, or like final few words, if we're not taking into consideration the safety straps and like traffic handles, if we're taking into consideration simply the muzzle and the brand itself, it's a very young brand. I believe they only started on Kickstarter like in 2019, so they are very young, and I really enjoy their idea that they have, and the idea with which I started following them is that not all the dogs that are wearing muzzles are aggressive or reactive or bad dogs, which is true, and I really like the message they are sending with their campaign and with their advertisements and with these muzzles, because these muzzles, actually a muzzle like that, okay, red is pretty aggressive color, but they have like lilac and pink color and like sunny yellow color and I don't know, like a light green color, which are very non-threatening colors if you know what I mean. So you can pick like a very nice color that would be less aggressive and make your dog feel less aggressive, and I think that's a nice touch. I think that's a very nice touch that you have a campaign that is basically looking out for the dogs, and that you have very nice colors that owners will enjoy and that people outside around the dog will still enjoy, and that can match other gear pretty nicely. So I have to like kudos to you for making this product. I think you still have a place to improve, and I still think you have like somewhere to go with it, and you can always do better. But saying that, with whatever we have on the market right now, I don't think that it's a bad product. I don't even think that that's like good product. I think it's a great product. And based on what I said earlier, I really hope Muzzle Movement people would watch this video and they will take some things that I've said into consideration, because on their website they usually add, I don't know, new sizes, new colors. They are taking some things into considerations. So when I'm ordering, I don't want to say that's a luxury product, but when I'm ordering a really nice product that I want to like, I don't want the biothane inside the muzzle to be as tough and as frictionate as it is here. And also, please consider some easy release options for the head strap and for the chin strap, because they might be very useful. Again, and adjustments, in-field adjustments, please, please consider them. Other than that, again, a very decent brand, a very decent muzzle. I would be probably ordering from them again, especially when they come up with a size of a muzzle which is closer to whatever as Lennox size is. And I'm not sponsored by any company. I'm not sponsored by them. This is not an ad. If you like this muzzle, you can buy it. I personally liked it, and I will be buying of them again, just not like these things, because I don't trust these things anymore. But muzzles are pretty decent, and I would rate them 7 or 8 out of 10. And yeah, if you'd like to support me and if you'd like to support this channel and this video, please make sure to comment down below, leave likes, subscribe to the channel, and press that bell to receive notifications. And I'll see you in my next videos. Bye bye.